Oh, geez, where do I start with the Democratic candidates? Jesus criminy. You got where you're at by your own, you deserve to be right where you're at in a way. Because you keep trying to kiss ass to a vote that you're never going to get and you know it. We're in this war because you guys didn't have the goddamn balls to call a lying son of a bitch. Should have called him on it from the get-go and we wouldn't be in this position we're in. For one, that's why a lot of people can't stand Democrats. Lack of backbone. Don't worry about kissing that fucking right-winger's ass to get his vote. You're not going to get it. You never will. You should realize that by now. Politics to a Republican is straight-out war against you, me, and anybody else that doesn't call themselves a Republican. If you're not a Republican, you're a liberal. And I'm talking the American sense of the word liberal. As in, you're a baby killer. You love blacks. You're a faggot. That type of liberal. That's the biggest problem with the Democrats. Is nobody wants to call themselves a Democrat. Because they know what's going to happen as soon as they do. First things they're going to hear. There's no difference between a Republican and a Democrat. They're both bought off by the same goddamn people. AIPAC. They're all in the pocket of Israel. They'll all bend over and kiss Israel's ass no matter what. That'd be a good place to start. What are you going to do about Israel? Are you going to put them back in their box? Oh, don't say, don't get out there and say Israel hasn't took it to the extreme. The entire world watch them bomb the shit out of Lebanon with our full support and collaboration, which found out. We armed the shit out of them to the point when they did pull out, they dropped cluster bombs on their way out, knowing that 25% of their cluster bombs don't explode. You know what that means? Makeshift minefield. They know they couldn't stay on the dirt, so they minefielded it up so little kids from Lebanon get blown up when they find them. And that's what we support? That's what my tax money's going to support? Not to mention what they're doing to the Palestinian people. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Israel should be wiped off the face of the earth. But you're going to have to realize everything Israel does reflects me, as in an American citizen. And I'm getting sick and tired of all my money going to support somebody that has one goal. Complete control of the Middle East. And you know that's their goal. Zionism itself. These neocons get off on war. Hello. These neocons at this point in time need war. It's another thing you don't point out. That they don't have a domestic issue to speak of. They don't care about health care. They don't care about public transportation or alternative energy. They may talk about alternative energy in a little way, but that's because they want to go in the direction of nuclear. And that's the only reason that we actually want to blow the shit out of Iran. It isn't because they're going to go in the direction of nuclear weapons. It's because they're going to go in the direction of nuclear enrichment, creating fuel rods, which means competition. They're no threat to the United States, and this administration's warmongering on them like never before. And Gravel is right when he says you better put a stop to it before these stupid bastards do get us into another war. You allowed them to lie their way into one. Are you going to do it again? So I'll tell you what, as far as a lot of people out here are pretty much disgusted with the Democratic Party for not having the balls to call the Republicans on the shady shit they do. It would go a long way if you stop trying to cow down to them. And as far as Barack Obama's little comment pertaining to Pakistan, that was word twisted out. Fucking Rush Limbaugh could have done a better job than the rest of you guys did, spinning that shit every which way but loose. There isn't a president in the United States at this point in time or running in the future that wouldn't take Saddam out if they had an opportunity to do so, no matter where he was. That's if he's still alive to begin with. More than likely, somebody's got him packed on ice somewhere because he's useful right now. Because if Bin Laden comes up dead, their bumper sticker goes out the window. A war on terror. Oh my God, and this country calls itself brave. You got people buying saran wrap and duct tape because they're afraid of an evil terrorist. You got a bigger chance of getting hit by a damn meteor than you do getting attacked by somebody from the Middle East. And why doesn't any of you Democrats call them on that for utilizing the fear card the way they do? Actually push alternative energy. Push the schools. And don't be afraid to say, yes, social programs can work hand in hand with capitalism. Because in my opinion, that's what brought us out of the Great Depression. If it wasn't for social programs, we would never be a superpower. And if we all would have listened to Jimmy Carter 30 goddamn years ago, we sure to hell wouldn't be in the war in the Middle East. I don't see any of you bringing that up either. Utilize that man's name. The rest of the country may hate him, but hey, there's a few people out here to see what direction he wanted to go way back in the day. And he was right way back in the day. He actually had this country 85% off the need of fossil fuel coming out of the Middle East. And Ronnie Reagan reversed all that shit. One more actor from Hollywood. Y'all can learn a lot from Dennis Kucinich and Gravel. Because they're not kissing up to the right. They're not afraid to say it as it is. And they're sure not afraid to say that they would take care of the American people. And let's face it, if old Dennis there was 6'3" and looked like John Wayne, he'd already be the goddamn president. The only reason he doesn't get any ground is because he looks like a little nerd. And this country is that goddamn petty. Now, wow. Before I get way out there, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to stop these people from taking us to war? Are you going to at least stop them from spying on the American people when you get done with your little vacation? Are you going to at least do that much? And do the best you can to prevent this country escalating this war because it plays into the political hands of a Republican that needs the fear card? Wake up. Call them on their game. Grow a set, so to speak. And then maybe more people will actually be calling themselves Democrat. Because the biggest reason people don't right now, at this point in time, is because they're going to get labeled a pussy. And that's the biggest reason people don't call themselves a Democrat. Stand up and make them proud to call themselves a Democrat again, and maybe you'll get back on the right track. And don't worry about losing a blue dog Democrat. You don't need them.